And with that song, you know what it means. It's Happy New-ish month to everybody. It's the first Sunday in the month of October. It's October 6th. Welcome to the CCRP update. The CCRP was created to empower, celebrate, and protect Jamaica seniors. They offer many benefits. Visit our website at ccrponline.org. CCRP Update is brought to you by J&GI Silver Shield, the best choice for auto and property insurance exclusively for CCRP members. Contact Gallagher Insurance Brokers or J&GI for best value and a boatload of benefits. In today's update on compliments of the CCRP, we'll get an expert primer on the benefits of yoga. The guest speaker is our beloved Mrs. Sunita Abrams Burrows. And she's a 20-year veteran teacher, practitioner, and the owner of Afia Yoga, Pilates, and Cardio Studio in Kingston. But first, a little family business. Our CCRP update sponsors, J&GI, offer their amazing Silver Shield plan for auto and property insurance exclusively for CCRP members. The auto plan includes free benefits from the Jamaica Automobile Association with valet service for vehicle registration, fitness, 24-hour roadside assistance, and discounted driver services. And there are other benefits to CCRP membership. There are 2 health insurance plans for members underwritten by Sagicor. Members enjoy excursions to scenic spots in our beautiful island, as well as socials and other events. And they're offered discounts at over 100 CCRP discount partners. So we invite Jamaican residents age 40 and over to join us and enjoy life to the fullest. Please check our website, ccrponline.org, for more information. On next week's program, we'll discuss community tourism with Mrs. Diana McIntyre Pike, president and founder of the Country Style Community Tourism Network, Villages as Businesses. Wow. Be good to catch up with her again. But now to the core of today's update, we take another look at the practice of yoga. And our very special guest has been a yoga and Pilates teacher for more than 20 years. Well, it's the yoga and the Pilates why she looks like it couldn't be that long. But she's with us virtually. She's the owner of Afia Yoga, Pilates, and Cardio Studio in Kingston, right here in Jamaica. A very warm, special CCRP welcome always to Mrs. Sunita Burrows. How you doing, Mom? Always such a pleasure to hear you. You're such an encouraging sounding voice. It's just very warm.
Thank you very much. So are you hearing me okay?
Hearing you well, and it's feeling like Mom is cooking. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, warm presence that you bring to everything.
Thank you.
You're hearty though. You're hearty. You're doing well.
Yeah, man, I'm very well. Thank you.
Good. Let's go to the foundation again. What is yoga for those who still have just heard it in passing, haven't really listened or checked it out, but want a good primer from somebody who knows?
Sure thing. So yoga is a very ancient practice. It's actually over 5,000 years old. And initially, yoga came into being to help people to stay in meditation for a long time. So it really was about meditation. And then in order to be able to stay seated for long periods of time, the yogis developed the asanas, which are the yoga postures. And then it came to the West. And in the West, what became really popular was doing yoga on the mat. So when we say the practice of yoga, people tend to think about just being on the mat, doing postures, but yoga really is a science. There is so much more to it than that. But because we have a short period of time here, I will just talk about the doing yoga on the mat. And it's a practice that involves mind, body, and spirit. So breathing techniques are very, very important. And we learn different types of breathing techniques. So for example, when a new student comes into my class, the first thing I usually notice is tight shoulders and breathing from the top of the chest. And we
shallow.
We teach them how, shallow breathing, exactly. We teach them how to drop the breath down to the belly, how to breathe deeply, how to relax the shoulders. And we have different breathing techniques like alternate nostril breathing, which helps to balance the both hemispheres of the brain. That's called Nadi Shodhana or sweet breath. We have Kapalabhati or breath of fire. which helps to boost the immune system and helps to energize. So, for example, my morning practice will involve breath work first. So I would start with alternate nostril breathing. Then I will do maybe 10 minutes of meditation. Then I'll do the breath of fire to get me ready for the day.
Mm,
So that's yoga. That's also part of yoga. Then I will do asana. I'll get onto the mat and either teach or take a class, which is usually about an hour long.
yes.
And what is wonderful about the practice of yoga is that there's so many different types of yoga disciplines to suit everybody. So I'm a senior, so I tend to now do a more gentle class, but you have Ashtanga, you have Kundalini, you have Vinyasa, we have therapeutic yoga. So there is something for everybody.
Mm. What is therapeutic yoga involved?
So therapeutic yoga, so the teacher that we have is actually a yoga therapist.
Ah,
And it really is for people who might have had health issues or feeling some level of anxiety, and they need to become centered. They need to become more relaxed, stress-free. And so it's a slower, more mindful practice is what I'd like to say.
mm, okay, got you. And so it affects the human, all the dimensions, eh? The physical, the mental, the spiritual. What are some of those benefits specifically
Sure.
over time? Yeah.
Yeah, man, sure. I'm glad you said overtime because people will show up on the mat and think that they're going to see results in one class. Maybe they do, but it's really about being dedicated to your practice, whatever that is, and to come on a regular basis, show up on the mat, whether you do it online or you do it in studio. So some of the benefits are reducing levels of stress, cardiovascular fitness,
Mm,
improving strength of the body, increasing feelings of wellness and happiness. I said mindfulness, concentration. Because we're teaching proper breathing, you find that your lungs get healthier and therefore you have more energy. Um, oh gosh, boost the immune system. I think I said that. Peace of mind,
yes, yes.
flexibility. I
Oh,
mean,
that's important. Yes.
yeah, I mean, I'm very flexible, but that's because I've been, when I when I added it up today, it's just under 50 years I've been practicing yoga, right?
Wow, that's amazing.
So,
That is
so for me, it's a way
amazing.
of life. And I got
Yes.
into yoga because my life was a mess when I was in my early 20s, and yoga
Mm.
really saved my life.
Wow, wow.
Yes.
So it's a lot of who you have become. You've grown into yourself, and through this practice is a big part of it.
It's a very important part of my life. It helps to keep me centered. I am the Energizer Bunny. I used to wear the Superwoman hat. I've given that up now. But for me, there was nothing I couldn't do. And yoga just always brings me back to center, brings me back to that place of being calm and centered and relaxed, which is really a very important part of my life. I think of everybody's life.
Break down mindfulness for me. I'm asking because you might be aware that there's this little gimmicky thing online, and it's really just supposed to be giggly, funny, very mindful, very so and so, very. It's some person online. It's not somebody who's serious. It's
Yes.
part of the gimmick thing, but then now people pick that and they start to use it. But they might be not doing themselves a great service because it's just something that are aware for the time being, as opposed to being mindful is a real
Yes.
thing that is very valuable to the quality of your life. Remind us why.
Well, I'll tell you what it is for me. So being mindful means putting your phone aside. When you take a walk in nature, instead of being on your phone, just look at the trees, look at the plants, look at the birds. Every step should be done in a mindful way. And that's just being totally present in the moment,
Ah,
in the body. For me, that's a simple way I can describe being mindful. It also means about being mindful of your thoughts, because our thoughts and our words become our life experiences. So if you're thinking negative thoughts, oh Lord, okay, I have such a stressful day coming up today. Well, you've already announced that. So turn
Hmm.
that around. So mindfulness also is a being aware of trying to stay in a positive state of mind. Um, being a witness to your thoughts, to your actions. And if something happens that's um, that's painful. You
Right.
need to just take a step back and say, okay, it's not about beating up yourself, but what did I do to attract that into my life today? So even something as simple as setting out in the morning on your way to work, affirm that you're going to have a really easy voyage. It's going to be, it's not going to be challenging. It's going to be stress-free. You're going to get to work at the right and perfect time, et cetera, et cetera. That's, for me, that's all a part of mindfulness.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because we have dimensions and we can get really, really distressed when we allow them just to kind of do them thing. And then we try to pull them back in. It's like a
Yes.
personal testimony. So when you are, so it makes more sense. It makes a lot more sense, something practically useful to be aware, be more self-aware all
Yes.
in all your dimensions, your mind, your body, your spirit. Yeah.
And Jerry, and so as I said, an easy exercise to do that is take a walk outside without your phone and
Mm-hmm.
just observe everything around you.
Mm-hmm.
That's being mindful. Every step that you're taking,
Mm-hmm.
everything you're seeing. When people go on a safari, my daughter lives in Kenya on many safaris, people are always taking pictures instead of just being present and seeing those incredible animals right there in front of your face and taking it all in. For me, that's mindfulness.
Yeah, but what a picture, eh? What a picture when you can feel it when you're not there. You
Yes,
can,
I
you, can-
know. So you're going to take some, but you don't want to spend your whole life
no, no, no,
taking
I'm saying
photos and videos.
the picture in your mind and your spirit is more powerful. Because
Yes, absolutely.
I can almost smell the way my children smell when I'm just born because of, they're in their 30s now.
Yes.
Which is still because you allow yourself to experience it. It never leaves you. You might lose the pictures. It can get washed away in a storm. But you
Yes.
never lose that because the picture is imprinted on your consciousness.
Yes. Not only that, when you are more mindful, you tend to not have um you don't fall, you
Yes.
don't, you're not, yeah, because you
Mm-hmm.
are being more careful.
Sure,
So
sure.
again, being mindful is also being more careful. And as we age, that's really important. But coming back to the practice of yoga, I
Yes.
have found that, for example, because I tend to move fast, if I
Yes.
trip, I always catch myself
Mm.
because I'm strong and I'm flexible, and therefore before I fall, I'll catch myself. But I'll also say, okay, hang on a minute now. How could I prevent it that? I need
Mm.
to be more mindful and more careful about those steps, about that,
Right.
whatever it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Amazing. So at the end of the day, who can practice yoga? Is there
You
anybody
know,
who shouldn't
No,
perhaps
man,
think about it twice?
that's a very good question. Anybody can practice yoga. We have students that come in for the first time in their 70s. Okay.
Ah,
What is important though is to choose the right class for you. So when somebody signs up on our system at AFIA, I will give them a call and I'll say, what is your age group? Do you have any health concerns? Are you relatively fit or are you a couch potato? And then I'll tell them what class I think suits them best, because that's important.
sure.
You don't want a student to show up in a really hard vinyasa class or ashtanga class and it scares them to death and they never come back or they hurt themselves.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
anybody can do yoga, and a yoga practice could be basically being on the yoga mat for the entire class, just doing gentle postures, breathing, stretching. That's yoga.
Mm. Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
anybody can do yoga. It's
Mm.
it's as I say, but consistency is also the key,
Mm-hmm.
even if it is one day a week. And what is good about our studio is that we also have online classes. So the classes are blended. So if somebody doesn't have a car or they're working long hours and they want to just take the practice at home, if they have that safe, quiet space at home, they can just join us online and the teacher is right there, the other students are there. And there you go. They're on their mat doing their practice.
Wow, bless you. Thank you so much for your gentle orientation, and I'm getting all excited. Thanks a million. Continue to do well, and God bless you.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, yes.
Very. All the
That's
best.
it. Thank you so much, Anita. She's been doing this and doing it brilliantly for many years, and we really, really love and appreciate her. So until next Sunday, for all things CCRP, visit our website at ccrponline.org. CCRP Update brought to you as always by J&J Silver Shield, your best deal in auto and property insurance exclusively for CCRP members. They offer the very best value and a boatload of benefits.